Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the WiX Online Meeting 306, April 8th, a week early from what our usual meeting time is because I am gone next week. I will not be near a computer, so we're doing it today. If you're here, go ahead and say hi. Welcome. This is what we're going to talk about today. WiX 7 released. That shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. We'll do a quick, hey, that's cool. I'll do triage, and then we'll take questions and comments, see what people want to talk about. And yeah, so this meeting is recorded for those of you that aren't with us right here, right now. Let's say congratulations, we shipped WiX 7. It went out on Monday, 2 days ago, and it went out. WiX was released very smoothly. As we'll see, we had a heatwave bug, which made things interesting yesterday. But WiX 7 is out, rolling, and everything is going, and it's so far so good, I think. I don't not a lot to say because it was nice. This release just kind of cruised along. A lot of it was we did a build early just to see how that went, and that process went very well. And now Bob has basically said, I think we should do this every time. Right, Bob?
It saves headaches.
Yeah, it worked out well. It also helped that we hit our signing problems in RC2, RC1 and RC2. So by the time we got to 7, we'd already worked through all the signing issues, which continue to be the problem point of everything. All right, anyway, WiX 7's out there. Enjoy it. Good stuff. And we'll look forward in the future. But right now, let's go ahead and do triage on the issues that have been opened in the window between last meeting. And yeah, Bob, you ready?
Let's go.
Thought I had something else to say there, and I didn't. Okay. We'll start at the top at the oldest issue here and work our way down. 9268. Cleaning a project. Does it clean published folders? That's entirely possible. That is entirely possible. Yep. Yep. Oh, I don't have a milestone. I'm sorry. I forgot to create the WiX 8 milestone, Bob. Yeah. You know what? I'll take a look at this. I did a lot of this work. Go ahead and give this to me in vFuture, and I'll put this in 8. And it probably is I hope it's a simple, straightforward fix. I'll take a quick look at it. When it's under our folder, we should take care of it. It's a little tricky because the .NET team does not do appropriate inputs and outputs for their published targets, which means we always build. But we should be able to clean up after that. So we'll do that. And okay. Localized resources for WiX Standard Bootstrap application reference .NET Framework as a prerequisite. Really?
Strings.
Oh, there are strings. That's the prereq BA, not WiX Standard BA. Oh, this person. Okay, I can see the confusion because it's in the same BA. The prereq BA has reference to .NET Framework, probably because it's the most common thing we had at the time.
It's the only thing we had.
Yeah,
especially for the localized strings.
Right. So, right. Oh, prerequisite. In English it's that, and in German it's that. Oh, so it's just German hasn't been updated. So okay. So we need some help localizing. Got it. It says right at the beginning, localized resources for the prereq BA mentioned .NET Framework. All right, cool.
I guess it probably changed in 5, maybe.
Maybe.
Have to go back and look.
So, yeah, put it up for grabs. People want to help. That'd be great. Do the localization. Might need more than one person. All those different languages. So yeah. But you can always override the wixels, so you can put whatever you want. It does.
Right.
All right, moving on. 9274 configurable scope bundle should not fail on related bundle with V6 or earlier. Bob, hit a problem with the before we release WiX 7, right?
Yes, this is before this managed to get into WiX 7 RTM with plenty of time to spare. Yeah, this actually the fix was trivial. The testing of it was not. It kind of highlighted the fact that we didn't have the ability. At the time, we had no bundles that were built with prior version of WiX.
Mm.
So of course this didn't show up in testing because the testing was with bundles, upgrade bundles even, but all the bundles were built with WiX 7. So I had a little bit of work there to make it possible to build with previous versions. That's something I think we'll take advantage of more as time goes on, because we should have tests that cover that kind of thing. And now we do.
Cool. All right. So fixed part 7. Yay. Good stuff. Something similar with 9275. No, slightly different.
Slightly different.
Yeah.
Slightly
All right.
different.
9275 also came in. You want to talk about that one, Bob?
This was just an omission. Payloads come in starting at WiX 4. We have multiple steps that the BA can handle to take care of whether a payload should be downloaded or copied locally or whatever. The default case is that if you don't have a local copy of the file, you should default to taking the download URL that was authored into the bundle in the WXS code. And that works. But the BA gets a notification that should include that URL, and it actually was not receiving that URL. So that caused a bug in a FireGiant customer's BA, because they were assuming that you could use that presence of that download URL to say, oh yeah, go ahead, download that. Burn actually defaults to downloading it, so it's not like it's not a huge omission, but it was, again, one of those simple omissions that until you're actually in the code, you have to do. Yeah, and the old behavior was that it was always null. Well, okay, now it's not always null. It's filled in when you have a URL that was already authored into the bundle. So.
All right, so that's also in WiX 7. So, and that was in there since WiX 5. So I don't know. A lot of people not looking at the download URLs. I guess.
Well, you can't modify it there.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason the BA gets a couple of opportunities to play with a download URL if it wants to override the one that was authored. This particular callback is just, yep, here it is.
Yep.
Can't do anything with it. It's just, reminding you.
Good information to have at that time. Yep.
Right.
All right. 9277. Warn about already signed file when WiX attach is called to extract the engine. Yeah. So this is basically, if you're detaching and things are already signed, you probably messed up. And since the WiX detach and attach and all those behaviors, you need to do them in the correct order. This would help you do them in the correct order, or at least warn you when you're out of order. So it would make sense. So I think that's a cool thing. If someone wants to pick that up, put it up for grabs to see if anybody wants to work on it. I don't know how hard it would be, since we're already messing around with the signing stuff. There might be enough information in there to kind of figure it out. All the information might be in there if you kind of debug your way through.
Right.
So, all right, that one. This last one, 9279, delete key stops working. This is not a WiX bug. This is a heatwave bug. There's a place for heatwave bugs, but I kept it here because for those of you that watch these meetings, we'll give you a little bit of the backstory. We've been doing a lot of work in heatwave. A lot of it's not ready. We needed to get a release out for WiX 7. Plus, we had to do a bunch of stuff to support all the changes that Visual Studio's make around 2026 and they're made for 2026 that we were incorporating, and the marketplace changes they made. Anyway, there's a bunch of other stuff all around. And when we released Heatwave 107 with support for WiX v7, one of the things we were doing snuck out and was able to disable the delete key in the editor in Visual Studio, which still amazes me that an extension can do that. so globally, but it was definitely a mistake on our side. So there is now a heat wave 108 that came out yesterday that addresses that mistake on our part that slipped through. And in testing, we actually saw it once, but thought it was Visual Studio, and then didn't realize that the delete key wasn't working when we realized that a lot of our testing was using the backspace key, which continued to work. Anyway, the whole thing is
No
kind of
way.
a
Who would make that mistake?
it's just kind of a series of like, oh, well, that's a bit embarrassing. Sorry, our bad. We'll fix it, and we have it fixed out yesterday. So this can be, I think, resolved external. We could point them at the things, and it should be fixed in Heatwave 108. So, yeah, that was fun. Not really, but mistakes are made, and mistakes were fixed. So there we go. That's triage. Not too bad. All right. So we'll go back to what do people want to talk about? Nope, not week 7. Questions, comments, things like that. The meeting will be on the third Wednesday again, which, if my calculations are correct, is May 20th. So we'll be back to normal next month. Everything on all that will be back to normal. WiX 8 will get open here hopefully in the next couple of days, so that there are actually a couple of people that already have pull requests for that, which is kind of cool. I think one of the first things we'll see is adoption of .NET 10 in WiX 8. We will move to .NET 10. We had a debate about that last time, but now it's very clearly we'll adopt .NET 10 for
And Visual Studio
WiX 7.
2026.
And Visual Studio 2026. We should support Visual Studio 2026 now, but I think we'll support only Visual 2026 on the box to build. I think that's what we don't support right now.
Right.
So yeah, we'll make that change. Hopefully GitHub is far enough along on their image that it's stable, and we'll have all that good to go. So anyway, those things are going to happen. WiX 8 will do the thing, and WiX 8 will do the same thing that we did with WiX 7. We'll be back in another year. RC in February, RC1 in February, RC2 in March, and a release in April. This process is working extremely well. I think the releases are about the right sizes. They feel feasible, maintainable, sustainable as things are going. So on that front, I think everything's kind of looking like, yeah, the process worked. In the last year, we went from the last 2 years, we did 6 and then 7, and I expect 8 will be similar. And we will be around in a month and a week from today, so May 20th, to kind of probably talk a little bit about, kick off some of that and sort through some of our future issues and move all that forward. Any other things that people want to talk about, questions, all that stuff. So yeah, that's what's coming. All right, I think I filled enough space there. Pretty simple meeting. It's like, yay, did all the work. WiX 7 is out. Woohoo! People can benefit from all the bug fixes and the new features, like the per user, per machine support inside Burn, which is very cool. And we will go from here. See you guys in a month and a bit. Anyway, take it easy. Bye.
Bye.